Good morning. I'm hanging out in the park with my bird friends in Huntington, New York. And this is your Thursday Namaste Today. Good morning and Namaste and welcome to Namaste Today. My name is Witecki. I am a psychic astrologer and I call myself the Sensei to Serious Joy. Here to stand in my heart each day and walk in the light. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm lovecasting live in Huntington, New York, hanging out here with the birds in a public park, and so grateful that it's a little cooler today. It has been incredibly hot here on the East Coast, and I guess that's all part of our changing Mother Earth. Everyone local here says it's a bit hotter than usual, so indeed global warming. And today we are blasting through the sun in Leo. This is the Sun-Leo transit. If you're just joining me, welcome. We are working on our heart chakras right now, and we're in what we call a Venus retrograde. So not only are we progressing into our heart and trying to get closer to what our heart desires, we're highly likely being led to a past life heartfelt experience. In other words, there once was a lifetime where you were in your heart like you're about to feel in the next 6 weeks. But for some reason, you did not incarnate this life that way again. Why is that? That's what we're about to learn. Between now and September 6th, you're going to basically reenact some sort of a heartfelt dream from a past life. It could be a lover, it could be a situation, it could be a self-love, feeling of importance, which is very good. But whatever it is, it's here to remind you of what your potential is, and it's here to remind you what your potential love is. And today, step 7 rules the day. Now, step 7 is the I sense state of awareness. So today will be kind of a cloudy day. You'll probably be very introspective. You'll probably be kind of wandering all over the map, because really what you're doing is you're listening for your heart's truths. And that's what is really important about step 7, is that we get to the soul of it, that we get to the truth of it. So today, whatever happens in your day, I would say it's all been orchestrated to get to the truth of what your heart wants. And because of the Venus retrograde, this is likely something your heart once had and lost. All right. So without further ado, why don't we dive into the planets and let me talk to my guides and let them guide us on our day. All right. So 1 second here as I go into my higher self. So right away I get joy when I log in. So they seem to be very happy, the guides today. And they want to talk about connecting to you. Basically, there is no accident in life, is what they're telling me. It's like if you've had a dream, if you've had some sort of a strange coincidence, if you've been thinking about someone from your past, this is not an accident and this is not random. They want you to know that they are reaching out to you through me and through you to get you into your heart and what you truly desire. Here on Earth, we actually live in 3 dimensions: mind, body, and spirit. And what happens is our mind has a mind of its own, our body has a mind of its own, and our spirit has a mind of its own. And so what happens is our mind or our body might go running off in different directions on Earth and leave our spirit behind. Well, right now with the Sun in Leo, we're getting back to our spirit. That means back to your soul contract, back to what you came here to do, what you told all the rest of us you would do when you came. And today, with step 7 ruling the day, the guides are telling me they're trying to get this truth to you. So you may have some fascinating dreams. You may hear from someone from the past. You may even open up an old drawer and discover a letter you wrote to yourself or someone else. None of this is truly a coincidence. It is all designed to bring you in. So they're bringing me to Mercury. What's Mercury? Interesting. So Mercury is at step 14 today, and that means that we are going to be brought to a different thinking of where we belong. Now, of course, our heart has been trying to get to a higher belonging, but a lot of times your mind is the culprit that's in the way, right? Your mind, you'll be like, oh, I belong here, and your mind's like, no, you don't, you're too fat. Or your heart will be like, oh, I want to be there, and your mind's like, you don't have enough money, right? Well, today, the guides are showing me that today is the day when our mind gets on board that program. You might have had some breakthrough ideas, some very interesting introductions of ideas yesterday, but today they're saying, let your mind embody that. So let your soul and your mind embody what you want, which basically means to go around thinking like you've already gotten there, like you've already made it, like assuming that there are no obstacles and assuming that there are no conflicts. Now, looking at the moon is in Capricorn today and in the late stages of Capricorn. So your emotions are seeking to feel in control. All right. Now, this can mislead you if you're not careful. You know that your feelings need to feel in control, but you don't want them to feel in control from the old ways. In other words, feeling in control because you dominate the situation, feeling in control because you have all the money, feeling in control because you're the leader and not the follower. Instead, feel in control, they say, because you're in touch of your heart, you're in touch with what you need, and you feel in control because you've got what you need to get done. So they're pointing at that although you may be restless to try to control your outer world emotionally today, if you really are wanting and seeking control, then just be present with your own heart and give your heart what it needs, and that, they say, is the new control. Now they're showing me in my head the full moon coming, and we have a full moon that's coming here in the next 24 hours, and it's going to be in Aquarius. Now, a full moon in Aquarius means that we will get very emotionally full of something that we uniquely are or something that we uniquely want. So you may be like Chris Witecki, want to get along with everybody. However, truly, I only really want to be in love with one person, right? So as we expand through our heart, we come to a crystallization of our uniqueness, what's extremely unique about us, what's extremely unique about what our heart wants. And in the next 24, 36 hours, they're showing me that if you put your mind into the place where you belong, the next state that will happen is you'll find where you are specific in that belonging. So let's say I'm Chris Witecki, I belong in California. The full moon will help me realize that I belong in Los Angeles, California, right? Like the specific of it. And so, in essence, you might get a little nitpicky here in the next 24 hours, what they're showing me, because you might get really full of yourself. And that's exactly what the universe wants you to do. Get full of yourself. Don't take it out on other people, but get full of yourself, get full of who you are, get full of what you want, and allow yourself to be unique, to be an individual. And it's okay if you're a freak or you feel like you're very different. That's the whole point. There should be no one on earth like you if everything is working out the way it is. So between today and tonight, they're showing me that people will have breakdown if they're in denial of who they really are and what they want. So you could, with this full moon, have a real chaotic breakdown if you're lying to yourself or lying to your heart about what you want. If, however, you are honest about what your heart wants and you're honest about your unique individuality, then this full moon will really help you separate yourself from the situations and from the relationships on earth that maybe keep you bland or keep you from being unique. So in other words, what they're showing me is this full moon, if it works properly, will actually create a bit of tension between you and anyone that's not like you, and will create a bit of symbiotic energy with freaks that are just like yourself. All right, so go with the freak nature, surrender to that energy. Now Mars is what they bring up. Mars says that emotionally, everyone's going to have to kind of cheerlead themselves on the inside to go for it. So the image they're showing me actually is me as a young boy on the water slide. That's so funny they bring me this, because I remember being on the water slide, and the water slide is such a good visual for this, because that's basically what it is. You know you want to go on the water slide. You know it's going to be fun. You know there's a big pool of water to catch you at the bottom. That doesn't change your nervousness, does it? It still makes you feel kind of heebie-jeebie about it. You're not necessarily ready to emotionally jump for that ride. But Mars is telling me, and so are the guides, that between now and the full moon, everyone will be making some sort of an emotional leap to get that joy they want. I want the joy of going down the water slide. I want the joy of seeing all the hot girls on the way down. I want the joy of landing in the cool pool. I just want to know it's going to be okay, right? And so today, it's really about getting your mind around that idea, getting ready to jump, and knowing that when you do jump, it's going to be a bit of an emotional whoo-hoo, like heave-ho, to get yourself started. But I think it'll be worth the ride. Now they bring me to Pluto. Yeah, okay, so, and I see that there's some yads forming here too. Basically, Pluto is part of a yod formation, and so is Neptune, and the sun is moving into this position. So what this means is that you're going to create once you jump down this water slide of passion and fun, you will officially be out of Kansas. That's what they want you to know. So any kind of finalization, it's like Once you get to the bottom of that water slide, it's go ahead, stand up, call yourself an Olympic swimmer. Do it. Go ahead and tell yourself, I will never do the old life again. Go ahead. They're telling me that when you reach your victory, when you reach your uniqueness, when you reach that point when you feel like, wow, this is my family, this is where I belong, I'm a freak, but these are my fellow freaks, then go ahead and slam the door to the other side. It seems that there's a lot of warning with Saturn at step 28 and Pluto at 13 that you really have to dig in deep and draw your lines once you cross this line. So there really is, I guess, no turning back, but your hearts and your guides are going to be with you and let you know that that's probably something your soul signed up for, and the time is now. Consider me the messenger. All right, I think that's about all of it, but I will be back in 24 hours with a little bit more information. 10 minutes goes by so quickly. I'm trying to keep these timely. My guides are quiet. They're very happy with the job, so I think we're going to be okay. And all the birds have left the frame, so really, clearly, it's time to go. But I'll see you back in 24 hours with your Friday show. Remember to live in your heart, my friends, and live, love, be.